This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. VIPD officers are asking for the public's help in tracking down a man wanted in connection with a shooting on St. Thomas. He's identified as Dante Joseph, and he's wanted for attempted murder. VIPD officers say he and another man got into a verbal fight in Oswald Harris Court around 7 p.m. Sunday. That fight, though, became physical, and police say Joseph shot the other male several times, shooting the victim multiple times at his chest, stomach, and legs. The victim was taken to the hospital by a private vehicle. The Criminal Investigation Bureau is looking for Joseph as the main suspect. Anyone with any information is asked to call police, Crime Tip Line, or Crime Stoppers USVI. And amid recent mass shootings on the mainland, the push for more gun control measures continues in Washington. A bipartisan group of senators continues to negotiate some limited measures to help prevent mass shootings. And senators on both sides of the political aisle say it is far from a done deal as of now. House Democrats have proposed a package of gun laws, which would raise the minimum age to purchase some semi-automatic rifles from 18 to 21. There have also been calls for a federal red flag law, which would allow courts to temporarily take away guns from people because of mental health concerns. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut says the bipartisan group is closer than ever to a package of gun measures that can meet the 60-vote threshold needed to overcome a filibuster in the Senate. Switching gears now to the latest COVID-19 case counts in the territory. Health officials are currently tracking a total of 627 active COVID cases territory-wide, with the most significant amount right now on St. Croix with 452 active cases. There are 131 on St. Thomas and 44 at last check on St. John. VI Governor Albert Bryan Jr. has issued a new COVID-19 order allowing ferries and water taxis to return to full capacity. The executive order modified the open doors phase of the COVID-19 pandemic to allow ferries and water taxis to resume carrying 100% of their capacity. According to the executive order, ferry and private water taxi vessels leaving or entering the territorial waters of the U.S. Virgin Islands may now carry a maximum number of occupants on board in compliance with the maximum capacity certified by the U.S. Coast Guard for the maximum weight and number of passengers for each vessel. This is just another step towards normalcy, but health leaders advise to use precautions if you feel sick or are quarantining with COVID-19. And speaking of COVID-19, millions of COVID-19 vaccine doses have been wasted in the United States. That's according to data from the CDC. From December 2020 through mid-May, pharmacies, states, U.S. territories, and federal agencies discarded more than 82 million COVID vaccines. Two retail pharmacy chains, CVS and Walmart, were responsible for over a quarter of those thrown away in the U.S. during that time period. The wasted vaccine doses include some that expired while on pharmacy shelves before they could even be used, and others which were tossed at the end of the day when no one wanted the last few doses in an opened vial. Some pharmacies say their priority has been offering the vaccine on demand. Declining demand, though, large minimum orders and multi-dose vials make it hard to avoid waste while still offering those shots to anyone who wants them when they want them. And this comes as the FDA is taking a look at a new COVID-19 vaccine, different from those already on the market. So Americans may soon have another option when it comes to COVID-19 vaccines. An FDA panel spent Tuesday evaluating the shot made by Novavax, which is made very differently than the Pfizer and Moderna shots. Elise Preston has more on how the new vaccine works and why it could be beneficial to those who are not vaccinated.
An FDA panel has voted in favor of emergency use authorization for a new COVID-19 vaccine from the Maryland drug maker Novavax.
Our vaccine achieved 90% efficacy in our phase 3 study in the U.S. and Mexico, despite the majority of cases being attributed to variants.
Novavax's shot is a protein vaccine similar to traditional vaccines used for hepatitis B and shingles. The vaccine uses a protein that is mass-produced in the lab, unlike the Pfizer and Moderna shots, which teaches the body to make the protein.
Anything we can do to get people more comfortable to be able to accept these potentially life-saving medical products is something that we feel we are compelled to do.
A recent poll found 73% of Americans would like to see additional COVID-19 vaccines developed from a more traditional method. In addition to possibly appealing to millions of Americans who are unvaccinated, Novavax may also be an option for those who are not fully vaccinated or boosted because of adverse reactions to their first or second shot. Although the FDA raised concerns that the vaccine was the cause of several cases of heart inflammation, a problem also reported with other COVID vaccines. Novavax says its shot comes with few side effects.
Most events were mild to moderate and resolved in just a day or two.
Manufacturing problems have held up Novavax's entry into the vaccine market. It's already approved in 41 other countries.
And experts point out the Omicron variant was not circulating when the Novavax vaccine was being tested. So like other vaccines, Novavax is now working on an Omicron-targeted booster shot. In other health news today, new research finds omega-3 fatty acids may help lower blood pressure. Chinese scientists analyzed the results of more than 70 clinical trials that involved 5,000 participants. They consumed dietary or prescription supplement sources of fatty acids for an average of 10 weeks. Researchers found those who consumed between 2 and 3 grams daily of omega-3 fatty acids in either supplement form or in food had reduced systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Blood pressure. I got it there. Omega-3 fatty acids are typically found in foods like salmon, tuna, sardines, trout, herring, and oysters. We are into the second week of hurricane season now, and the Virgin Islands Department of Public Works is gearing up. Take a look. As you can see, crews have been working to clear guts throughout the territory. Hurricane season, of course, as you know, runs from June 1st through November 30th. So we are well into the second week now. And every year ahead of the season, the VI DPW ensures guts are cleared in order to stave off any issues a hurricane may bring, allowing heavy rains to flow more freely through the area without having any buildup in those guts. So DPW hard at work making sure guts are cleared as we begin the hurricane season in the Virgin Islands and all throughout the Caribbean islands. The Atlantic hurricane season now well underway. And the storms parts of the Caribbean already experienced this past weekend is a sure sign that the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season is here, especially the rainfall seen recently in Grand Bahama and Abaco in the Bahamas. Our USVI News' DeAndre Hamilton reports.
Grand Bahama and Abaco were with heavy downpours for most of the day on Saturday. Localized flooding and near tropical storm force winds resulted in the shutdown of the islands in the northwest Bahamas. But by Sunday midday, the all clear was issued, and potential Cyclone Juan, which killed at least 3 people in Cuba, had morphed to Tropical Storm Alex with Bermuda in its crosshairs. It was a signal that without a doubt, the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season had begun. In the Turks and Caicos Islands, there was no inclement weather, and that worked well as residents of the British Overseas Territory spent the weekend in Platinum Jubilee celebration mode, in sync with the UK, which was marking the 70th anniversary of Queen Elizabeth's ascent to the throne. On Governor's Beach in Grand Turk, a bonfire beacon was lit, marshmallows roasted, and there were fireworks.
Grand Turk, thank you so much for coming to join us to celebrate the Queen's Jubilee. We like this beacon, and this beacon is being lit in every capital city, in every country of the Commonwealth. 54 capital cities across the globe that stretch from the Pacific through South Asia, through Europe and the Americas, are with us. 2 billion people or more lighting fires, including fires across the UK. And with that, I have no more to say than I hope you really enjoy this evening, and as a surprise, I think we're going to have some fireworks.
Saturday was the Queen's Birthday Honors Parade, Sunday special service at St. Mary's Pro Cathedral, and on Monday, a cricket match. The TCI's governor also ensured trees were planted at the various schools, the Turks and Caicos adding to the Queen's canopy, a green initiative which saw 1 million trees planted around the world in honor of her coronation, which took place on June 2nd, 1953. DeAndre Hamilton reporting.
Wow, Jubilee celebration indeed. So JetBlue really wants to acquire Spirit Airlines, and the company is now increasing its offer to buy the low-cost carrier. Last month, as we reported, Spirit rejected an offer from JetBlue, saying it didn't think government regulators would approve the deal. Spirit decided to move forward instead with a merger with the fellow budget airline Frontier instead. But on Monday, JetBlue raised the terms of its deal, offering Spirit's shareholders a cash bid of $31.50 per share. That's an increase from $30 a share. JetBlue says it'll also increase the so-called breakup fee it would pay out from $200 million to $350 million if regulators blocked the deal. Spirit said Monday its board is going to consider the proposal. We'll have to wait and see.